doll collectors, crafters, and miniature enthusiasts. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so today we're going to make a jewelry store. Because in my opinion, you can't go wrong with jewelry. And we're going to make this like our hidden doll rooms, so it's easy to store and only uses one 20 by 30 inch piece of foam board. So let's get started. A while back, we made designer shopping bags, so we already have a Tiffany-inspired bag. So we are going to make our store inspired by Tiffany's. In addition to our shopping bag printable, we made another one that we can use for our back wall. But first, we need to cut the foam board. I have one piece of foam board. It measures 20 inches by 30 inches. To cut the foam board, I use a cutting mat and an X-Acto knife with a sharp blade, with emphasis on the word sharp. You have been warned. I measure 7 inches from the top on the 30-inch side. Place the ruler where you want to cut. I place the blade of the X-Acto knife on the edge of the ruler, then push down with one nice even stroke to get a clean cut. So now we have one 7 by 30 inch piece for the floor and extras, and a 13 by 30 inch piece for the walls. On the board for the walls, let's cut 1 inch off the side. I wasn't perfectly clean this time, but if it's visible, I'll just cover it with white paper. Let's hang on to this piece. We might be able to use it later. Measure over 11 inches from the side. Score on the line, taking care not to cut all the way through so it can bend and snap. That's for all you Elle Woods fans out there. Repeat on the other side, making a trifold with 7 inches in the center. Cut an 11-inch piece from the foam board for the floor that is going to go right in the center. But before we start gluing things together, I cover the floor with a marble scrapbook paper. Then on one of the walls, cut out 2 large openings. I covered my edges with paper because they weren't completely neat. Cut a large piece of clear plastic from packaging. Flip the door over to the other side. I'm going to glue down the clear plastic in the center and tape it on the edges, so it is secure. I'm using a shiny black scrapbook paper to make a frame going around it. I also added a name to my shop using my computer. I just printed it out and glued it down, and then we're going to continue to frame it with that shiny scrapbook paper. Then let's add a shiny paper on the sides for a little sparkle. Then let's add our blue printable to the other side. I added black trim at the top and bottom, and I'm going to leave the rest of the wall white. All right, not too bad. Now we can glue in the floor. I just glued it on 2 sides. And now we have our basic room that folds up. Next, we need display cases. My displays are going to be limited to the size of my clear plastic. I'm using clear plastic from Barbie Fashion Packs, and I think I can get a 5-inch display case out of one. Time for a little math. If I want the display to be 5 inches across, we're gonna go up 2 inches and then over 2 inches, which means that's like 4 inches. And then if we're gonna have 2 inches on either side, that's gonna add 4 inches to the length of the 5 inches, which brings us to 9. So I need to cut a rectangle that is 9 inches by 4 inches. Do I have enough plastic? This is a hair shorter than 9 inches. We're so close. But you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. So I cut it to 4 inches by 9 inches to the best of my abilities. Lightly score it in half. So we have 2 inches on the bottom and 2 inches on the top. And then we're just going to fold, and that line should make it a little easier. Oops. I just broke it. Good thing I have another fashion pack laying around with some shiny jewelry we can totally use in our display case. This time I'm scoring it a little more than lightly. And before I bend it, let's do all of our cutting. So we need to make another line 2 inches from the side on both sides. This might be kind of hard to see because it's clear, but we now have two 2-inch boxes on the ends on both sides, and then a 5 by 2-inch box in the center, and there's 2 of those as well. And then I cut the ends, I cut the space between the 2 boxes on the sides so that they'll be able to overlap. So now I'm going to fold in the center, but to make sure my fold comes out good, I'm going to use a ruler. So I'm going to turn it over to the other side, push a ruler up to the line, and gently bend it to a 90-degree angle. Repeat on the ends. The squares on the sides should overlap, so we end up with a double pane, and I use tape to secure the edges. We are going to use this for the top of our display. I take the cutout from the windows, and we're going to cut a piece that is the same size as our clear box. Once we get that rectangle, cut the leftover foam board from the floor to build a box underneath it. I added a small shelf on the back, and since I am completely shredding my foam board, once I glue on the top, I'm going to cover it with white paper. I'm going to use velour paper on the top. If you do not have this, you could also use felt. I glue it right on top. Tape the clear case on top. To me, it's looking a little too tall, more like a fish tank rather than a jewelry case. So I carefully remove it. I'm cutting it down by about half. So I'm taking an inch off the bottom. I taped it back on, and I think that's a lot better. I'm going to add some silver paper around the bottom, and I'm adding it on all the corners to look like metal, but it's still looking a little plain to me. So let's add more scrapbook paper. I cut it down and I'm going to glue it onto the front. This is a corrugated foil scrapbook paper. Okay, that totally works for me. The only thing that could make it better is if there were 2, so we can display even more jewelry. I am not going to glue mine down, so I have the option of moving them around. Plus, we have extra storage in the back. And we can take leftover foam board, cover it with the velour paper, add a little silver trim around the edge to make a small tray to display more jewelry. Place it in one of the large displays to create a lift. The last thing I want to add is a shelving unit to display our bags. But this is pretty much all the foam board I have left. So if we don't want to use any more foam board, we could just add a few shelves to this wall, cover them with a light wood grain paper, and you're in business. But if you happen to have a few scraps laying around from other projects, then we can build something a little bigger. I found a scrap that is about 7.5 inches wide and 12.5 inches long. So let's clean up those lines right quick and make this 6.5 inches by 12.5. I cover it with a solid blue paper at the top. I didn't worry about covering the bottom because I don't plan on showing it anyway. I cut 3 1.5 inch strips, one that is 6.5 inches long, and the other 2 are for the sides. I cover the shorter one with a wood grain paper, glue it on top. Now we can measure the boards for the side and cut off the excess. Cover them with paper, glue one onto the side. I cut and covered another board that is 6.5 by 3 3/4 inches. I also cut and covered a 6.5 by 1 1/4 inch piece, and we're going to glue this right onto the edge. Then glue it at the bottom of our storage unit. Cut a few more 1 1/4 inch pieces. Let's cut another piece so we can make a shelf going right across the center. And I want to add a few dividers. I cut and covered a 1/2 inch board, and it's going to go across the top, so I will need a small notch cut out of one of the boards, so it will lay flush. Once everything is planned out, cover anything that needs to be covered, and I made an extra piece to create a little lift. Begin gluing everything together. Add the other side to complete a storage unit for our store. that we can place on the small wall in the center or place it on the side to extend our play area. Fill it with shopping bags, and our mini store is complete. All we have to do now is fill the display cases with miniature jewelry. I'm using metallic Barbie jewelry, and for items like earrings, I can use a needle to make a small hole so we can push in the back of the earring so they'll stay in place. We can also use nose rings for doll rings. These are from a $10 pack from Walmart, and you get 6 different shapes, and I tend not to use these 2 because they always get caught in my hair, which means I have extras. I just use my wire cutters to cut it down to size. Take black velour paper, and if you don't have velour paper, you could always substitute cardstock. Cut a strip that is 3/4 inches, fold it into thirds, so you're folding over on both sides by 1/4 inch. Cut it at 1.5 inches, then make little folds every 1/4 inch. So on the back, you should see all these little squares. Make a small cut on the sides at the halfway point so we can make 2 boxes that are connected. Starting on one side, I'm going to make 2 more cuts on the sides so it looks like this. These 2 on the corners have just become tabs, and we're going to fold them behind the one in the center and glue in place. That might be difficult to see, so let's try it with a lighter piece of paper. Here we are folding the piece of paper into thirds, then fold it every 1/4 inch. Cut on the sidelines, stopping at that 1/3 line. So we're just cutting this much on the creases. Sorry, Bowie is barking. Then take this square and glue it behind the one right next to it, and take this square and glue it behind that one as well. Pliers or tweezers, they will totally help. Then we're going to repeat on the other side to make a teeny tiny box. Then repeat on the other side to create 2 attached boxes. Now, if this seems a little too tall, and it does to me, then we can just cut them in half and then trim them down. That looks much better. Then we can use another piece of paper. We're going to just glue it on the inside, then glue it to the other one. Just going to press and hold that for a second, and now they are reattached. So, yay! Roll small pieces of paper, then glue them into the box. And we can cover the outside with a strip of paper if we want to give it a different look, like we did with this one. Put the nose ring inside between the 2 little rolls to look like a ring inside of a miniature box, completing our jewelry store, which folds up for easy storage and fits right in with our other hidden doll rooms. One of my favorite parts of this project is how we can move things around to create different looks. So even though this is a small space, we can create the illusion that it's bigger. Thank you for joining us while we made a miniature jewelry store inspired by Tiffany's. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff and the Frog Vlog. And we will see you next time.